Forest. I wanted to say today that I was raised here, like my dad said, and grew to love its natural beauty. I love coming up here and pouring myself fresh plastic water, breathing the fresh air. I don't want to have to come up here and not be able to breathe this air and pour myself a glass of water that I could light on fire. I really don't. I would not be happy with this. I don't want to see fracking come to this area. I don't want to see my favorite place destroyed like others were. Please consider all the consequences that fracking could have, because once it happens, it can't be undone. And right now, there's no safe way to do fracking, so please consider it.
Thank you.
Ruby Kirschner? Michael McGrath.
Hi, my name is Michael McGrath. I live on 85 Rowan Road. I represent Ann and Richard McGrath, also live in the same house as I do. I also represent 78 Rowan Road. My other family lives up here in the summer, the Bowens. My only concern about this whole thing is, on my understanding, there's about 3,000 residents that live in the area, and something of this magnitude, I can only send out 421 surveys. There should have been like 3,000 surveys, 3,000 surveys to every single person should have been surveyed. There's no way you can get an accurate evaluation of the fracking from this. It's just not possible. Thank you for your time.
Tom Kirschner?
Hi, I'm Tom Kirschner. I live on Lake Jeff for the last 32 years. I watch the eagles every day. I like the water. I live the rest of my 71 years down in Culvertown. My family's been here since 150 years. So that's not a newcomer to the area. I'm on the silent majority, I guess. I'm very much in favor of it. I listen to a lot of people that's been around here, their families forever. Namely, a lot of the farmers, people that give us the food. They need it. Personally, I live on a postage stamp, so I don't have much to gain for it except what I was doing: school taxes, land taxes, fire taxes, town taxes, etc. But what I do admire and I'd like to see is like my neighbors. They came up here 40 years ago to the city, built a second home. Wonderful people. They bought the mountain across from Lake Jeff Hotel. Now their sons stayed in the city. They're making the money. They're up in Swan Lake building homes now. I want some of my children, grandchildren, now because my daughter already moved, can stay around here and be part of the community, because there ain't no money here. You make $20,000, $30,000 a year, you're doing good, unless you had a good job with state, police, telephone company, etc., you know. So we got to do more. And you, like I said earlier, you listen to people that's been here forever. They never let you down. You don't listen to the movie actors. Back in my day in Nam, they had Jane Fonda. We called her Hanoi Junior. Look what she done to you. Now you're listening to movie actors again. And talk to the people that's been here. You go to Pennsylvania, you talk about roads. Where they're drilling, beautiful roads. You just look at the SGIS, original, that's false. Example was they had to open pits. Now they're doing this closed loop. They're coming a long way with this. Take the fracking chemical, Chesapeake's, they'll tell you what to use. Got in your homes. You look at, they're going to propane fracking. It's everything we use now. You go talk about the smell and the air quality. Go to New York City. That's worse than it ever was in Pennsylvania. I've been here 3 times. It makes you sick. Thank you.
Thanks.
Malcolm Andrew?
Well, my name's Malcolm Andrew. I'm Presbyterian Road, Callicoon Center. And I guess my 2 cents worth is when we've been here, I guess not that long, 17 years or so, raised kids here, having a great time, love the place. We were looking over in Pennsylvania around Wysox, Tawana, stuff like that. And I was over there recently visiting friends over there, and I'm so glad I'm not there. It is so, it's just wild. You could never have a tractor parade because it's, the place only closed 1 day a year at Christmas. So I guess I would say I'm opposed to industrialization. If anyone's interested in seeing what a town looks like, go and visit Wysox, Pennsylvania, any day of the week, night or day. You'll be surprised at what you see, I think. Thank you very much.
Robert Winfield? Winfield.
Hi, I'm Barbara Winfield. I'm a resident of Jeffersonville. And I'd just like to say that the quality of life, the beauty of our town, and the livability are all threatened should fracking be allowed. As a home and property owner, as a resident in Jeffersonville, I'm opposed to fracking and gas drilling. To this date, there is no safe way to drill for gas. I think we need to learn from examples all over the country of what it's done to other areas. I don't see any reason why we have to do it here. I don't see how anyone, the gas drilling in our area would further plummet about the value of our property and our homes. No one would willingly want to live in an area with polluted water, air, and land. And thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Rodney Gable.
I really don't know where to start. I've lived here for 63 years, my whole life, I'm fourth generation. My 3 children all live here, they're 5th generation, and my grandchildren all live here, they're 6th generation. I can tell you that I've served on the school board in Jeff School for 6 years, 4 years as supervisor of the town of Callicoon, the last 4 years that the supervisors in the town also served on the county level, and 12 years as a legislator. I've been on the town of Callicoon Board of Appeals, the youth board. I've seen a lot of things. I will tell you, from my personal perspective, the town of Callicoon is one of 15 towns in the county and has always been the best run town. And it's been run by people who always cared about the community and the people who lived in the town. Didn't matter whether you lived here 3 years or 63 years. So that's not what this is about. As far as I'm concerned, I commend the folks on this board for the work they've put in, and I will leave you with a thought. Nothing's as good as it seems or as bad as it seems. The real deal is usually somewhere in the middle. So I do commend you folks for not making a rash judgment that, yeah, we should do gung-ho drilling, and also not making a rash judgment that we should ban it come hell or high water. Basically, a lot of what I believe goes along with what Paul Hubert said. We've been here a long time, and we can stand here and talk about the majority of the people in the town. I don't care if it's 50 or 100 or 150 or 500. It's not necessarily the majority of the people in the town. And one thing I want to reiterate that Paul said is a comprehensive plan is a plan to move forward. It's a living document. It's not law. So it's changeable, and it is what it is. So I commend you folks for doing what you're doing, move forward, put it in place, and let's move on.
Thank you.
Alvin Shoup.
Hi, my name is Alvin Shoup. I live on Bethlehem Road in Callicoon. And I've heard a lot of people, some people say they're the silent majority, that they're in favor of it. A lot of people here are against the fracking issue. Mr. Gable just made the point that it's the way the people should be permitted to. I mean that this board should produce a comprehensive plan that reflects the wishes of the people. The website on the response to the plan made 2 points, which I agree with 100%. Number one, it's an important issue, gas drilling. And number two, the survey, the comprehensive plan survey on that issue was inconclusive for a number of reasons, which I don't need to go into. So I want to suggest that the board, that the town do another survey, and this time focus on the issue with one question. Are you in favor of gas drilling in this town? Yes, no, or no opinion. Send it to everybody in the town, property owners and voters, and get a feeling about what people really think. Now, if you're going to object to that on the basis of cost, I got an estimate from Cornerstone Printing. It's $2,800. It's a folded postcard thing. You rip off the top of the postcard, and there's this addressed stamped postcard return with the question on it that you can check off. It'll get more. There were some gentleman asked about how many surveys were sent out. There were actually 2,500 surveys. 421 people responded, which was not a really good percentage of no. But if they have a self-addressed mailing that they can send back, I think we can get a bigger participation. And on the issue of cost, I put out some feelers, and I've got money allocated, I've got money promised to me, a good percentage of that $2,800, which I'm willing to give to the town to go ahead and do this mailing. I think by show of hands, and I'm not gonna ask anybody to clap, if people would put up their hands and say that they would be willing to contribute to doing a new survey, and I'm not gonna look, but that's what it is. And the second issue, as far as time is concerned, I mean, we've been at this for a couple of years now. So another month, or two, whatever it takes to get the survey out and get the results tabulated is gonna make a big difference. I think we should do it. Last point I wanna make is that it's a different issue. The comprehensive plan said, introduce ordinances, wind and solar ordinance. When we had the workshop a couple of weeks ago, Nan said you should flesh that out. What do you mean by? 15 seconds. What do you mean by, well, I'm asking the question, what do you mean by solar and wind ordinances? It wasn't fleshed out in the plan, so I'd like to have that answered as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Rising Shoup?
I'm Rosie Shoup, I'm Al's wife, and we live on Bethlehem Road in Callicoon Center. And first of all, I want to thank all of you guys for the hard work you put in, the extra time you spent, and the quality of the final product. I am myself adamantly opposed to fracking because I am very worried about the health consequences, not to mention the environmental consequences. However, the comprehensive plan and anything that we do in our democracy needs to reflect the will of the people. So I second his motion. I think we should have another survey, a tiny survey, a one-sentence survey. I have neighbors who desperately need the income they could get from this. I have a neighbor, and they know who they are, who have farmed for over a century, and they're losing money because of federal policies about pricing. They need the income, and they have a right also to express their will. Their will is just as important as mine and everyone else who is against it. And we all should have a chance in this democracy, in our town, as Mr. Gable has said, to express our will and have it formulated into the final plan. Formulated, however the will comes out. That's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Edward Allies?
My name is Edward Allies. I reside at 807 Swiss Hill Road, Jeffersonville. You feel like one of the few voices of the wilderness, at least in this hall. But I'm going to say that it's very easy to be against something, especially when you've been influenced by wild forecasts of destruction, decreased real estate values, pollution, road degradation, earthquakes, and so on. Everything, in short, to scare the populace. However, the University of Texas, the University of Buffalo, and I believe the Penn State, and the EPA itself has said that has been no pollution. No pollution in 60-year history of hydraulic fracturing. No documented case of contamination from the fracturing fluids. In light of this, I believe we should let the DEC regulate. Regulations will be the stiffest in the nation. And I would urge everyone to go to Bradford and Susquehanna counties in Pennsylvania and see for yourselves how drilling can be conducted in a safe and proper manner. And I might say that one well can result in hundreds of thousands of dollars in ad valorem taxes to the locality. So in short, let's let science and the experts prevail and not mob hysteria. Thank you.
Thank you.